Hello, and welcome back to Morrowind with Rigasha. Well, we left off here in the Archmagister's quarters in the Strathmore Council House. I have killed Aragorn and embarrassed old Neloth. Perhaps it would be less forthcoming in future council debates. Right. For some reason, put Thank the Mirror in my journal. I don't really remember what I was doing, but here we are. You know, now that I look at it, I forgot that, for some reason I forgot that I had just the regular crosshair. I thought for some reason I still had the moon and star. I think I had that back when I originally tried this. I don't understand right, but it's been a while. I am a little bit tired. Is he wearing gloves or is that just his hands? I'm not sure. Oh, Loban. Greetings, Archmaster. The time of small steps is over. There's growing unrest within the council that won't bear any more delay. Garthon has been procrastinating this for years, but recent events require swift actions. However, you may decide it will reverberate through Vvardenfell like a clap of thunder. So, you ready to listen to the council's current focus? Oh boy, what do you have for me today? The council is concerned about the Twin Lamps move. Oh boy. The armistice terms have come under scrutiny once again, Archmaster. This time, the Abolitionist movement, gaining a considerable amount of momentum, is on the verge of forcing a referendum on the issue. At this time, it is at least possible, if not probable, that slavery may be abolished in Morrowind. This is a matter of concern for all of Morrowind. Vvardenfell, with its strong cell of the Twin Lamps movement, plays a critical part of it. Council's attitude towards this matter is clear. They want to crush the Twin Lamps movement once for all, so that they won't pose a threat to the dumber way of life anymore. Master Aaron and I have a different opinion, and I plead you to listen to our thoughts first. You have my ear, or this one's here. What is it that you think on this? Don't think of us as lunatics, Archmaster. I assure you that both Aaron and I are of a sound mind and disposing memory. Out with it. What do you two scheme? We think that it would be better for us to find to support the Twin Lamps movement rather than crush it. What? Please, Archmaster, don't regard us as madmen. Aaron has worked out all the details. Please go to Telvanni and talk to him in person before you decide. But please go soon, whenever your decision will be. If you don't decide quickly, we'll lose our chance. Support the Twin Lamps. I like to think that as Rigasha thinks more and more on it and progresses further down, first of all, becoming more and more powerful in House Telvanni and wielding more and more influence over Morrowind, and thinks more and more on this whole Nerevarine thing. He becomes more and more attached to the traditional Morrowind way of life.
See, this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Indeed, this land does suit him. Perhaps too well.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
Why do I feel like my sound is just off? I think I just haven't played this in a while. There's something very strange. I feel like I'm too loud and the game is too loud at the same time. Very odd combination. It could just be late and I'm probably just tired. I still need Ebony Longsword there. Freaking this book, Nagast Kavalik. I just like there's copies of it just everywhere. Hello, Arian. My former protege returns to me. You seem to be doing exceptionally well, so what is it that you seek of your former mentor? You apparently want me to help end slavery, unless you have some very roundabout plan of doing things. Yes, so Lovan has told you of my thoughts on this. Well, most masters want to see the Twin Lamps dead and gone, but I think that slavery is more than just a question of tradition, easily supply of guinea pigs and cheap labor. I think it's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to elevate House Telvanni above the other houses. Ragasha knows you're a reasonable man, so go on. You have this one's here. Morrowind is the last province of Tamriel which holds slaves, and we owe this privilege solely to Vivek's negotiating skill and Typer Septim's combat fatigue. But all that was a very long time ago. Vivek and Abolishing have almost completely ceased their public appearances, and so the Scylla has neither been seen nor heard from it for ages. And the Empire's grip on Morrowind is also tightened, not by military means, but rather by economic means. This has led to House Hlaalu and Dres factually dominating Morrowind policy. House Dres doesn't hold any territory here on Vvardenfell, but Hlaalu's grip is all the tighter. It is an open secret that Duke Drin is leaning towards abolition, and if it weren't for his brother's influence, he might already have introduced a coordinate draft law to the Grand Council. You've loosened Hlaalu's grip on Vvardenfell a bit when you instated Mahidabel Lars as new head of the East Empire Company. But I think that you only did win us some time by this. Hlaalu is still the most influential house, and Ilmeni Drin has been influencing your father and the council towards abolition for years now. I'm certain that it is only a matter of time before we see an application to abdicate from slavery on Vvardenfell. She can't speak. On Vvardenfell, with or without help from the Twin Lamps. As soon as Orvis Drin dies, abolitionist forces House Hlaalu win the upper hand. I certainly don't want to go empty-handed when that happens. So I suppose that we should take the Goody by the teeth and abdicate from slavery, at least publicly and officially. I think we should offer this to Duke Drin and the Grand Council in return for a permanent consulate on the council grounds. We would fill that consulate with our best diplomats, and I'm sure that within months there will be Telvanni handwriting all over Vvardenfell policy. It is less direct than sending rogue Telvanni across the island, but in the end it will yield far greater success. If we play our cards right, we might even be appointed as imperial governors. How would you like House Telvanni as a mediator between Redoran and the Empire? We could play them off against each other and accelerate House Redoran's decline on Vvardenfell. We have already stretched out over Dagonfell and settled as far west as Cardarun. We're practically standing on Redoran's doorstep. One catastrophe within the ranks, and we could step it in to help them secure their territory. That seems to be the bold to this one, but gaining influence on Vvardenfell politics would indeed benefit us. Indeed, so what do you say, Archmaster? Shall we make the sacrifice of renouncing slavery on our territory in exchange for the more influence on Vvardenfell politics? This one really does have me thinking. This one needs some time to think about it. Certainly, Ragasha, this is an important decision and shouldn't be rushed, but don't think on it for too long. We might lose our head start on the other factions when the Twin Lamps address the Grand Council. I mean, he wants me to abolish slavery so they can gain an upper hand in politics, but I mean, I think I'm recording. I'm sure I do that. But I mean, at this point, Ragasha could just literally, I think at this point he could probably take on, like, the entirety of both Redoran and Hlaalu and just get rid of them. Just get rid of the other great houses. I mean, this Duke Drin guy, who cares about him? You can just walk up to him and incinerate him. Have to join the Thieves Guild or something to get rid of the bounty, but in the end, maybe part of the problem is the music. Just tone that down a little. But at this point, really, I think he could just go get rid of the upper head, the heads of the great houses, without really much of a second thought to it. Excuse me. Where are we getting adamantium spear from? Aaron's plan is both audacious and rewarding. He wants to support the Twin Lamps movement in its strives for abolition in order to improve House Telvanni's stance with Duke Drin, his successor, Ilmeni Drin. He intends to establish a permanent Telvanni consulate in Nevinhar to influence future council decisions, maybe diminish Imperial presence on Telvanni territory. We need to think about Aaron's plan to aid the Twin Lamps movement. Everything he has to offer is nebulous advantages and imaginable influence on Vvardenfell policy at the cost of at least publicly abdicating slavery. It won't be easy to convince the council of this plan. Crushing the twin lamps will probably be a lot easier and will probably postpone the matter of abolition for years to come. I wish I knew where, like, either, like, where like, the quests lead is the problem, because I don't know. Part of me is also thinks, well, which one has the most, leads to the most content, or do they lead to equal amounts? Like, you know, is this like the, what was that quest? The one where we destroyed the Mage's Guild, where you have either the Scorched Earth or you have to just puppet the Mage's Guild. I think those both really end up in the same place. Like, in the end, they lead to the same place. You know, just with two different results for the Mage's Guild, but you still get the quest lines after it. But, like, this seems like a bit of a major, one. Because, on the one hand, you have, what, on Earth? Anywho, sorry. I am just standing here talking, trying to, while I Google it. But on the one hand, you have getting more influence for House Telvanni. But on the other hand, you have the option that I think Rigashi would actually take, which is like, what? Delete just a traditional part of Morrowind culture just for influence? We could just destroy the Empire instead of, you know, send consulars there. What was the quest called? Nope. Oh, I misread Don't Touch My Gems and Drake Greaves, and it was Don't Touch My Greaves. Those kind of blend together. Yeah, freedom or something like it. Let us see, shall we? I'm not going to be able to find anything on it, am I? Because my concern is that the lack of influence is going to end the quest line quicker. Save scumming is an option. But I don't know how long either of, like, the quests and things. I assume that destroying the twin lamps will mostly involve just incinerating a few Argonians, etc. And supporting them. I don't know actually how we'll do that. I guess we just go talk to Duke Drin and be like, yo, we support abolition, definitely. With our, you know, of course, fingers crossed, where he can't see them, but... Tell you what, a quick save. So, what happens when we click this? It saddens me to hear this. I would have assessed you as being more progressive, so if that is your decision, you should return to Sedge with more. We're just gonna do that. And I want to see... I only want to go run through the beginning of this little... see where it leads. So decide against Aaron's play. Very well, it's your decision. You know what you need to do now. Find the heart of the abolitionists, Twin Lamps movement. Deal with them in proper Telvanni manner. Make sure that no one lives to tell what happened. Bring back every evidence of their actions so we can capitalize on it. Meanwhile, I will inform the council. I've informed my advisor my decision to crush the Twin Lamps. He didn't seem happy, but I don't care. I'm responsible for House Devon and Twin Lamps movement pose a considerable threat for our way of life. I won't let them influence the Grand Council referendum on abolition to their liking. We'll pay the Argonian mission and Eberhard a well-deserved visit and put this issue to rest once and for all. Interesting. Interesting. Look, just reading it, it seems like my fears are unfounded. I feel like as soon as we go kill all the Argonians in the mission, I feel like it'll probably just be like, well, you've done that. Go back to your advisor. In fact, you know what? That really probably wouldn't take too long now, would it? Where's Divine Intervention? We're going to be going a lot longer without a quick save than I really would like.
A tourist.
I plan on reloading a save, so you better watch your mouth. Don't catch me when don't talk crap to me when I'm going to reload a quick save anyways. You'll find yourself disintegrated very quickly. So let me just pop over to Ebonheart and Imperial Schmall, I don't care, we're going to go incinerate some Argonians with really no care as to the repercussions, just to see where the quest leads. I mean, it really feasibly should take more than a few moments. I mean, which button is it? Yeah, see, button number 5 brings up Zapharbel's Wrath, and we could probably kill everyone here. We certainly have the healing to do it. So let's just pop on inside. What do we do this, like, what do you want? Obvious? I suppose we could just, like, I don't suppose it's possible to do this. Oh. I'm glad that they changed it so that doesn't close. So then we can just, oh, what do you know? They said it worked, but it didn't. There we go. Come on now.
Killed.
Alright. Yeah, see, look at that. One shot. One shot only. He had a glass jink blade. Your reputation precedes you, Ragashi. I won't win you any friends here. I'll do the exact same to you. I will use game mechanics, and I want to get this done quickly. It's a bit safe scummy to do this, but I'm very torn between. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. How many of these do I have to actually kill? Well, the game decides that my, you've got a lot of health, don't you? Magic. Please stop that. Pardon. Gosh, some of these guys have a lot of health. I really should just, like, pause the recording and just test this. And you know what? I'm going to do that. I'll be back in a minute. Hello, and welcome back to the same video you were watching to begin with. Back here in Aaron's Tower after flawlessly you and me massacring some certain Argonian Khajiit individuals inside of the Argonian mission. I had a wonderful time there, spending the last...
I can tell.
Just here, Aaron speaking in the background. I spent the last 10 minutes? You know, I'm not sure how long that took me, to be honest. I spent the last several minutes, blitzing through that quest line there. And you know what I discovered? They both lead to the exact same thing. It's just one of them makes Arian and Loven happy and the other one doesn't. In summary, in case you want to know, if for some reason you don't, just skip past this. But in summary, if you choose to abolish slavery, you do a little bit of running around, and you use your influence as Archmaster to tell some people to stop with slavery, etc. And then you go talk to Duke Drin, and you tell him that you want to support it, and he's like, why do you suddenly want to do this? And so you just convince him of that, and you get a consulate. And then you go back to Counselor Sin, Nell Heron to go build it. So, I guess theoretically, I don't know if that actually puts a new building there, a new construction in Ebonheart, but theoretically you do get a new construction there in Ebonheart. Which, thinking about it now, that actually may not be a good idea because it may conflict with Morrowind Rebirth's version of Ebonheart, which wouldn't be good. And then if you decide to keep slavery, you go and you kill, I think actually it may just be one singular Argonian in the mission. And that's the end of that. You get a ledger and 3,000 gold off said Argonian's corpse, and you go back to your advisor, and you end up in the exact same place, just with two different reasons for doing the same thing. I'm very tired right now. In case you can't tell. I don't know if it's apparent or not. I feel positively exhausted right now. But we're going to continue anyways. So, thinking about it. Me personally, I prefer the idea of pursuing the abolition of slavery and getting a consulate in Ebonheart. But from a character perspective, you see, because if you think about it, a consulate in Ebonheart and, like, you know, ties to the Empire, it's just another tie to the Empire. You're negotiating with them, with the Empire, and just trying to, like, keep the status quo. You know, just more, well, not necessarily the current status quo, but trying to tip it to your favor to establish a new one that doesn't really get rid of the current peace, but also tips things to your favor so that you kind of dominate the politics. That would be going with the abolition of slavery. And while it does sound nice to gain the influence, that's not really how I picture the character Rigasha. I see him more as he would probably be more in favor of keeping slavery, simply because it's a kind of staple of Morrowind tradition that's kind of always been there. And the more, you know, the more he pursues the narrative thing, which, to be fair, we haven't really pursued that quite a bit yet, but say he's thought about it quite a bit at least. And you know, the more what's the word? More zealous he becomes in House Telvanni, the more he's kind of tied to Morrowind, and the less Khajiit he is, and the more just pure Morrowind being. I don't know how you define that. If that point comes across clear or unclear, I'm not quite sure. But point being, I really don't see him actually pursuing the end of slavery. I think he would choose to keep it. And since I know that there is really no actual, well, as far as I know, there's no real repercussion choosing either, I don't think he'd give, really, you know, half Quameg over it. I think he'd choose to keep slavery. He doesn't care about a consulate because he simply just wants to end Imperial influence in Morrowind entirely. And not, you know, not establish a consulate and try and, like, you know, negotiate with him. Just say, listen, get out. Hello, Rigasha. Have you made up your mind concerning your stance towards the Twin Lamps movement? call these one conservative, but he won't break with tradition. Slavery is an integral part of Telvanni culture, and this one won't change that. It saddens me to hear this. I would have assessed you as being more progressive. So if that is your decision, you should turn aside with Mora. Cry about it. Cope and see there. Greetings, Archmaster. You spoke with Aaron, who decided on what to do with the Twin Lamps movement? Yes. So you decided against Aaron's plan. Very well, it's your decision. You know what you need to do now. Find the heart of the Abolitionists, the Twin Lamps movement. Deal with them in proper Telvanni manner. Make sure that no one lives to tell what happened. Bring back every evidence of their actions. Excuse me. So we can capitalize on it. Meanwhile, I will inform the council. Brilliant. Well, we're recording 46 minutes and oh dear. It's going to be very long, 30 minutes. Anywho. We have some Argonians to kill in a slightly more sensible manner than how I pursued it last time. Because really, I would really like to get away with this without having to deal with a bounty. Because I have all of this in my inventory, and I don't have the slightest clue as to what's stolen and what isn't. Because it's Morrowind. You never know. There's not a handy little icon like there is in Oblivion or something that, you know, tells you what's stolen and what isn't. It's all items, and one minute you might be carrying whatever it is you're carrying, and you'll talk to a guard, clear your bounty by paying the guard, and your weight's gone down by, say, 126 because half the items you were carrying were stolen. I don't know that it's much important, to be fair. Might have some keys, some alchemy ingredients, maybe some scrolls. For the most part, most of this shouldn't be stolen. Spears or not. I don't even remember where we got the spear. Why am I here? It's a wonderful question, isn't it? Divine Intervention. This isn't the chum bucket. Back to, yeah, now I'm fine.
Yes, Khajiit? What do you want?
Anywho, I don't know why the teleport chamber takes me to a completely different place. I feel like Sagittarius is just closer. Or Wolverine Hall, that is. Alright, we're back here in Ebonheart. It's almost painful to do the quest this way, actually. Because I just like the thought of increasing influence in Telvanni, but at the same time, that doesn't seem like the way you'd go about it, is it? No, I think you just go eradicate the Argonian mission and, pack up and go home. Speaking of home, we have a lot that, what's that orc's name? Gashnak something? We have a lot for her to build. You ever wonder why people don't like you? You might think it might have something to do with the way you act. I think I would tell you, get lost. Drum Hidala. Greetings, everyone. My question is, how exactly do I go about this? I don't have a frenzy spell. I think. Scroll of... Ah, we do have a lot of these, don't we? I can't. Oh, Frenzy Humanoid. Which one was that? Jordan's Indulgence. We have one singular Jordan's Indulgence. Up to level 15. Now my question is, how do we go about this, actually? I feel like I'm taking this video a lot slower than I do normally, just because I'm that tired, but I'm gonna be real, I really just wanted to play some Morrowind. And now the only way I really play Morrowind is if I record it, because I just particularly enjoy this character.
Or is it inside?
Your Guardians have some really weird things to say. I don't know how to handle this, actually. There is a thing that I know of, but Rigashi wouldn't know of it, an old Ebonheart, where you can get this lawyer to just kind of take care of everything for 500 gold. And as long as we don't talk to any guards on the way there, that's a possibility. Or joining the Thieves Guild, which I really don't want to do, because Thieves Guild seems like a bit of an imperial institution, even though it's an illicit one, that I feel like Rigashi would really feasibly want nothing to do with. The only other way to do this, though, without incurring a bounty, is to taunt each and every single NPC in this place. And there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. And I really don't want to. I feel like that would make for a very bit of a boring video. That's what I did a minute ago. Well, when I paused the video, I didn't do that. When I paused the video, I just went through and beat everyone over the head with the bound mace, and then left. I also have a strong set of... It's a wonderful question, isn't it? How do I deal with this? I don't want to go to the old Ebonheart to find a lawyer, because there's really no way we'd know about that. But I suppose the alternative is to just taunt everyone in here and just do that. And I just pause the video and do that, so it's not just a complete bore. Or I could leave the video unpaused and do it, and you'll just have to sit through like 10 to 15 minutes of me now rapidly clicking the taunt button, and then smacking an Arcodian and or a Khajiit over the head with a mace. It doesn't really seem that boring. To be fair, if, someone doesn't like it, just, you have the option to skip over that part of the video. Just a little hint. A little wonderful tip for anyone using a phone. If you just double tap the right side of the screen, it fast forwards 10 seconds, presumably, unless it's just different on some phones for some reason. Is this on target? Sometimes, this game, this dude is apparently higher than level 20. That was humanoid, right? Well, hello there, Imkalaya. You want to fight me? We're gonna get a couple, Speechcraft level-ups, aren't we?
Suffer.
We're gonna do this the difficult way, and I'm going to record it, and I don't care if anyone likes it, or if anyone doesn't like it. Not even I particularly enjoy this.
Kill.
Oh, I absorbed that one. Reputation procedure negotiated when you bring friends here in Ebonheart, and did you know that I don't care? Even if it means doing it the very long and difficult way, it means I don't have to deal with the bounty. And in the end, it's just an abuse of a broken game mechanic. And, oh well. I think my, oh. I don't need to intimidate.
Your life is mine.
My finger's gonna hurt by the end of this. So we're not going to neglect taking all their stuff. Of course not. I'll just leave valuable loot lying around, like 16 gold pieces. One dude had 31. It trains his speechcraft. Also, one Rogue Sorrows to boost my magic region. Am I allowed to it says they're in combat. Am I allowed to just kill them, or do I have to wait for them to actually attack me? Also, yes, when I first ran through, I did die once, not to the very last NPC. But for just to note, they do all seem to have adamantium weapons. Adamantium being a thing added by the Tribunal expansion, which is very, very good. I don't know that it's necessarily better than Daedric, but it is quite good, and they all seem to have it. You talk to me if I give you liking. There's no one I'd rather see, Ragash, if I can help it anyway. I don't see why the Seal of the Arch... I mean, that's how you can tell that it's actually just simply enchanted and you're not just, like, showing them the seal. Because... I don't think the Seal of the Archmaster has much influence here.
This one is no more.
This count as a crap. Oh dear. Okay, so I do actually have to wait for them to attack me first. I can't just... It doesn't count once... Combat initiation does not count. They actually have to attack. Which, you know, to be fair, that makes sense. That's exactly, you know, how it's supposed to work. It just means I have to wait longer. You know what I'd rather see. Somehow I feel that just isn't true. You underestimate how fast I can click my left mouse button.
This one is no more, Thatcher. This one is no more.
The thing about using the third person is it sounds more like you're referring to yourself. Interesting that they all have at least one disposition to me and not actually zero. Despite the fact that I actually am talking to... Because talking to an NPC with your weapon draw makes them dislike you. Don't answer me. Non-hostile. That was a scream and a half right there. You know, I wonder if any of these are slaves. Have I freed any slaves? I don't think I've freed any slaves or not. Are you naturally a person, or do you have to work at it? Because you seem to have a gift for making enemies. I do have a bit of a gift for making enemies. The whole time I was doing this originally, however, I obviously didn't do this, because that would have taken freaking ages. But, when I initially ran through here, I did all, well, actually, no, it was mostly when I was trying out the actual, like, talking bit, trying to convince Duke Trin that we're, you know, definitely legit about ending slavery. It was very difficult. I got very worried a few times that I accidentally overwrote my quick save. Just from having, like, I have an itchy trigger finger when it comes to the quick save button, because normally I do it constantly, and I've also been playing a lot of Stalker recently, so just freaking got back and oh my, it drives me nuts. But, quick save is of course F5 and that too, so, and in a game like that where a game like that where you quick save quite frequently, I have a bit of an itchy trigger finger. For the quick save button, because, you know. What am I trying to, you know what I'm trying to say. All it took was like watching one video of Stalking, and I was just like, you know what? I want to get back into that after dropping the game for a while because it aggravates me to no end sometimes. Oh, I mean, you didn't have to try and convince you. You just try to kill me. 11 gold. Wow, we're getting a lot of adamantium gold as well. How much are they worth? They're worth 1,000 apiece. There's a locked door here, but we also have Unduce's key, so don't really care about that at all.
Bleed, foul cat.
What are you calling foul?
Bleed, foul cat.
Let's just say you get what you deserve.
Die.
Oh, this guy. This guy is a... Oh, nice bit of a punch. You might be able to tell by his hidden suit. What is it? 10 and all. It's adamantium. Oh, right. Right, gauntlet. Adamantium helmet. Short sword. Mace. Claymore. We're going to be over-covered. We'll sort that out in just a minute. Oh, bear shield. And, that's why we have the bag. Oops. Yeah, not R. Which game is it that's R? I think it's... Wear it! Oh, that's so cool. The adamantium helmet actually looks like... kind of sick. I think it's Fallout, right? And I think Skyrim, Fallout 4 and Skyrim that, nice, I'm keeping that. Pretty cool. R equips your weapon. And on the bit of self-sleep, so that's, stop. So if I start pressing random buttons that don't make sense, it's because I'm not really thinking about this game. I'm gonna bring some other game. And in that case, it was, I believe, Fallout 4 and/or Skyrim. I played a little bit of recently as well. Please, I'm afraid, do not tell. I have been hiding. I am hiding. It's really bad to kill this guy. Sorry about it, Mike. But you gotta go.
Your life is mine.
Get some Australian. You should, yeah. Oh. She who frees slaves. Excuse me, I don't talk with people I don't like. Sure you do. Of course, your gosh, it'll be an honor and pleasure. How can I help you?
Bleed foul.
Okay, right. I still had the seal equipped. And so I immediately started trying to spam the seal instead of Saffronbell's Wrath. One thing we could probably do is actually be healed. And then we can shot.
Kill it.
Riverdale. That's key. Oh dear, that's not good. Oh, I healed. And stuff like, oh dear. Tough lizard. I'll take your ledger, your gold, and your soldier. This ledger records every freed slave and every past, present, and future action of the Twin Lamps here in Vvardenfell. A shirt. Candlestick. And there you have it. The entire Argonian mission completely and utterly demolished. All in a day's work. I don't have time to waste on someone like you. Oh, just wait till you take a look inside. See what happened. What was all that noise I heard in there? Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Master and Secunda. Well, that was, well, actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. We also, to be fair, we got a cool helmet out of it. So, I mean, taking this route, it's just better. You get a cool hat. I mean, look at that. That really is quite cool. Part of the standard attire. Also, decrease it. Adamantium's just that good that it only decreases my armor rating by 1 point. And it has an armor rating of 9 for the medium armor. My medium armor skill is 7. Compared to my unarmored, which is 63. A blood weapon is 72. What is Speechcraft now, after all of that? Excuse me. Gosh. Yeah, 34. I've delivered the death blow for Vvardenfell's Twin Lamps movement. Everybody within the Argonian embassy lies in their own blood. They won't bother the Grand Council anymore. The leader of the Twin Lamps has been found guilty of conspiring to free slaves and been summarily executed. This one has found enough evidence on her body to prove her guilt. This one should seek counsel from his advisor. I think I said whatever. You gotta keep it up all the time. Well then. Hello, Loven. I'm back from crushing the Twin Lamps movement. Greetings, Archmaster. So the Twin Lamps is no more. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who will applaud you for your actions, but there will also be a considerable number of opponents. I think we should strengthen our presence at Ebonheart. In case of hostilities against you or the House, we should choose a council who will be exclusively occupied with Telvanni Imperial relations. So this is the exact same quest that you get, just for a different reason, after you complete the other side of that last quest. If you decide instead to go for a consulate, you just choose a counselor for it. So it ends up in the same place. My advice regarding this would be to nominate a high-ranking house member as counselor of the Grand Council at Ebonheart. He or she should also be familiar with Ebonheart's political environment and power structure. I have taken the liberty of making a list of promising Telvanni who could possibly take up the position. Eldrar Fatheron. Eldrar is a disciplined oathman currently stationed in Vivec. He has been assistant to Galistrenim, our envoy, the Grand Council for 2 years, so he will know his way in Vvardenfell politics. Currently he's taking care of the slave pen in the Candace Canal Works. Or Demonia. Demonia is a special person. She originates from Hammerfell, but left her home province at quite an early age to study politics in the Imperial City. She was only there for 6 years, but it's rumored that she influenced some of the Emperor's highest-ranking advisors in favor of Hammerfell. After that, she came to Vvardenfell, joined the house, and spent most of her time in Ebonheart and Vivec. I'm not sure what her intentions are, but you should definitely have a word with her. You'll most likely find her at Ebonheart's council or in the Telvanni canton in Vivec, most probably in a public place she needs people to debate with. Well, I think our best starting place is in Vivec, because they're both supposed to be there. Well, they'll both be there, because both in the Telvanni canton. That would be absolutely wonderful, but is it ever that easy? I don't know, to be fair, that last bishop was pretty easy. Doing it again. Doing something good. Anytime now. Vivec. The ruins of
selection that you'll find this
Mage's Guild. Which part of me, while the rebel is a bit excessive, part of me also kind of wishes that I could the same thing be the case for the Argonian mission.
Sweet
Cologne. What is it, Cologne? Well, Cologne. That one just sounds like Cologne, so it's probably Cologne. Which one's Telvanni? That's Halu. We definitely don't want to go there. Yet. There it is. Do we have Noah's Hop Toad as an actual spell now? We do. 30 points of magic. Yeah. What was last? That's 45 seconds. Not bad. I've got away through hands. I enjoy that greatly. Advanced methods of Telvanni transportation. The jump spell. I mean, imagine you're just a regular citizen just walking down the street. You see this sheet in fine apparel hopping down the street. Like this one right here. Imagine you're her. On this sheet in the robe, the Archmaster's robe, the literal Archmaster of House Telvanni just comes jumping around. Alright, so presumably we're looking for a red guard. I'd like to speak to, actually, let's go talk to them. Because the red guard sounds like, you know, considering the Oathman, whatever his name is, had like, you know, a sentence or two in relation to him, and the red guard had a paragraph. I think we decipher who exactly the quest maker was thinking we should go with, and which one's the more interesting one.
What do you ask of me?
Eldrar Fatheron, Lou. It's not bad when you know your way around, Makasha. What are you looking for in Vivek? How about Damani? I think I've seen her at the Lizard's Head a couple of times. Your Fatheron. I see. So you need someone to cozy up Duke Drin and the rest of the Green Council case externally. You might think of me. Were you Archmaster? Do I look like a lovable, fluffy toy guard to you? Oh. Well, it sounds like he doesn't even want the job. Heard the name? Try the St. Dylan Cattle. A mini Drin. Eldrar Fatheron is obviously unqualified for the position of counselor. He has neither tactfulness nor political instinct. We gathered that from the one sentence he told us. I guess I, at least when he is the Archmaster, you just kind of knew these things. But, what now? The Lizard's Head? Where the frick is the Lizard's Head? At least me. Oh, the Lizard's Head. It's just the perfect name for a Telvanni bar.
What do you ask of me?
Nothing.
What was that?
Ah, yes. Demonia. I would like to have a word with you. Hello, Archmaster. Nice to meet you. I'm Demonia. What can I do for you? Well, you see, at your service, Archmaster Gush. What do you require of me? Tell about the position of Counselor in Ebonheart, offering a job. Counselor Duke Drin in person. That sounds interesting. So what exactly will my assignment be, and how will it be distinguished from Gallus Drinham's duties? Gallus Drinham is a regular envoy to the Grand Council. Your primary task is a special envoy. It would be to avert danger from House Telvanni when the abolitionist mood heats up. Anything else is up to you. I see. You want someone to influence the Empire's politics towards Telvanni interests. I will accept that position on one condition. I need direct contact to you. Time may be of the essence now and then, and I don't want to waste my time with braggadocios or lackeys. What the heck is a braggadocio? Feel free to contact this one or his personal advisor anytime. Alright, I accept. I'll move to Ebonheart once the consulate is grown. Here's to good cooperation, Archmaster. May Satakan be with us. Flynn has been added to your inventory. So, once the consulate is grown, we weren't supposed to get the consulate. But if this is the case, then we may end up with one anyways. So there really is no difference between the two quests, except, I guess, flavor, and also the Agroni was just theoretically quicker. Well, she gave us a bottle of Flynn. Presumably we're supposed to pick that off. Well, talk to my, yeah, talk to my, I should talk to my advisor. Damani has accepted the position as counselor to Duke Drin. I'm confident that she will be able to challenge us. Return to Sarge with Mooring, the soul of my advisor. Rakasha only talks in the first person in his journal. That's not true. That's just the game. Hello, Loven. I have returned. Greetings, Master Master. The abolitionists were due to deliver their evidences for the Grand Council referendum. Since none of them appeared, the referendum has been rejected. It seems that you dealt with them just in time. Tamriel reported that the Grand Council so far remained pretty silent on this matter. Let's just give us some time to attend to the Council's next current focus. Ashnak Gramugo. Isn't she the orc that grows house posture, the middle hair, and the strong ability? She mean Rebuilt. Yes, Ashnak Gramugo, that's the one. But I feel like I didn't get a lot done this episode, but it's been an hour, 1 minute, and I'm tired. It's very late at night, actually. So, until the next time, well, live and see you then.